What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday, March 31st, the last day of March. Already the end of the first quarter, Jeffrey. What do you think?
I just realized tomorrow's April Fool's Day.
Right? You're not going to play any tricks on me, are
you? I am not a player of tricks on April Fool's Day. I think it's weak. I think that every other day of the year is meant for it, but don't do it on April Fool's Day when it's expected.
All right, if you play a trick on me, I'm going to go get a fake snake and put it in your desk.
Listen, what if we have clients in? They don't want to hear me screaming like that. Andrea did put a fake snake in the downstairs at our house in Pittsburgh one time because I kept leaving the garage door open. And she said, the snake's going to come in. I said, the snake's not going to come in. And she put a fake snake in the downstairs. It was like a mudroom. People from up north know what I mean. Not finished, kind of a storage room. And in my mind, the only thing that made sense was to shoot it with a shotgun. So I grabbed a 12 gauge, and she's like, no. I'm like, oh, funny. Discharging firearms in the house here. That's real funny.
Luckily, you didn't ruin anything. That's good.
No, I didn't actually shoot. She told me it was a fake snake before I pulled the trigger.
Well, if you are first timer to our live, we do a live every Tuesday night, and we do them for you. So we would love for you to post down in the comments where you're watching from, but also post in the comments any questions you have about living pretty much anywhere in South Carolina. We'll try to answer them live. If we don't know, we'll try to find out. Sometimes we'll make it up, but we'll tell you if we make it up. We're not going to lead you down a lie that you.
Wait, we're going for honest tonight?
Yeah. We got to be honest.
We're doing honest tonight. All right.
Yeah, post your questions in the comments. We'll try to answer them live. Tell us where you're watching from. We would love to do that. Also, if you're joining, just in case you didn't know, we are recognized for being a nominee for Best of South Carolina. So we would love your vote to help with that. And here is how you can vote. You can scan that code if you're watching on your TV. You can vote at least once a day. And that goes all the way till May 31st. So we have basically 2 months from today to win this thing. So we would love your vote. Scan that. There's a little button underneath our picture that says vote for us once you scan that. And we would love to win it and, hang that trophy in our office for you guys. We appreciate your vote.
Didn't we come up with something that said if we won that, you had to wear a wig or something on a live? I think we were trying to come up with something.
I do have a blue wig. You
really?
Yeah. Because, Abby's golf team was blue.
Oh, okay.
We had to wear it to the state finals once. So.
Oh, you were that embarrassing dad?
Yeah. Well, the girls made us.
So they were trying to embarrass you.
Yes.
I got it. Yeah, that sounds like something Abigail would do.
Little do they know that stuff doesn't work for us. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I'm pretty hard to embarrass.
Yeah, I think so too. So what about the weather? Pretty nice weather today, right?
Yeah, gorgeous. I thought that pollen season was done, but it's not. My car is not quite as yellow as it was, but it's still, I have a black car, so it's really easy to see. I washed it a couple of days ago, and it's got a little coating on it now, but it's definitely going down. I have not been as allergied up this year. I feel like it's been worse in past years. I don't feel like this year has been as bad as it has been some years in the past.
Yeah, I still think we're going to get a second wave. But I have to say, I've only had to wash my car once a day instead of twice a day.
Yeah, if you want a clean car, it's not a good time of year to be in Charleston.
Nah. But check out this weather outlook starting tomorrow, 83, 82, 80, 82, 82. Lowest I see on the board is 64, which, means pretty much shorts all these 2 weeks here coming up.
It was kind of like that on Saturday, this past Saturday for the Flowertown Festival. It was a little chilly in the morning.
Yeah. I was down in Savannah for my birthday. So we took a day trip. Jeff gave me the day off. And we jumped on, which I forgot to load up all the video for this. I have video and everything.
Next week.
Yeah. But we took the Amtrak train. We had never been on an Amtrak train. So we took the Amtrak train from North Charleston down to Savannah. You can see all the pictures on my Facebook. I think I put them publicly so everybody can see them. So you can follow me on Facebook and follow our team on Facebook, of course, Livin Carolina Team. But we took the Amtrak. We left at 4:56 in the morning is when the train left. There were only 3 other people in the whole train station, plus the security guard. And jumped on that train. Everybody was sleeping. There were people from like Philadelphia on there and New York, and it was kind of cool where all the different people were from.
I think that train originates in New York.
Yeah, I think so. And it goes all the way to Miami, I believe.
Yeah.
And so we got there at like 6:45. We took an Uber from the train station over to Two Cracked Eggs was the name of the place. It was really cool. It was like Christian music going on inside, Christian, things on the walls, Easter and stuff like that. And the biscuits, Jeff, were like literally this big.
Really?
I had biscuits and gravy, and Sharon had this really good omelet. Now, unfortunately, they blew the breaker like 15 times on their equipment because there was a new guy in there, and he didn't know that he couldn't run both machines at the same time.
Oh, really?
So it took about an hour and 15 minutes for our food, but at least it was good.
Yeah.
And like literally we had nowhere else to be that early in the morning.
Yeah, you had the whole day there. I mean, you kind of had a day to kill, so you needed stuff to do.
So we weren't even mad about it. And so we did that, and then we walked over and took the trolley bus. You pay one fee for the entire day, and you can hop on and off the bus as much as you want. But it's also like a tour. They have, the bus driver talking about all the stuff as you're driving by. So we got on and off that thing probably 8 or 10 times.
I saw that church that you stopped at and some of those parks. It's beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It was a great day trip. I had only been to Savannah one other time, and literally we took the car and we were I think maybe we stayed overnight, but we didn't see everything we saw because we were kind of forced to be there until the train came home, which it was an hour late, but it's okay.
So my Waze, I just looked. It says it's 88 miles to Savannah. So like totally good overnight trip. If you go down overnight, I highly suggest the Savannah Marriott and get a balcony room because it's right on the waterway where the big ships come in because Savannah's a pretty busy port like Charleston is.
It's called the JW Marriott.
Right past you, the Savannah Marriott. Yeah.
No, JW
really
Marriott.
Cool. Huh?
I think it's called JW Marriott now.
No, it's not a JW. There is a JW there, but this is just the Riverside Savannah Marriott.
Oh, well, I think the JW is closer to the river than the other one.
It is, but the JW doesn't have balconies looking out on the water.
Got it.
And it's a big. You ever see those big atrium Marriotts? It's one of those. But the balcony ones look out directly on the water, and it's probably 40 or 50 yards from the boats as they're going by. So if you like, I'm simple. I like seeing big ships go by. It's pretty cool.
So inside the JW Marriott, we walked through the middle of that because they have this big life-size replica of a dinosaur in there.
I've been in there. Yeah, that's the JW. That's kind of down cool. On River Street, right in the middle of everything.
Yeah, it was really neat. Abigail says, "Hi guys." You see her new picture?
Abby, birthday girl coming up.
Yep, 2 days. 2 days. She got the birthday. Clarence, I'll watch you guys later tonight. Sadly, I have to go to sleep. All right, sleep well, Clarence.
7:00 bedtime. That sounds glorious, my friend.
Well, he probably works overnight.
He probably does. Yeah.
Hello from Buffalo, New York. Happy belated birthday, Mark. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I hope you got the day off this past Saturday. I did. Yeah, Jeff let me be off the whole time. I think I had to approve one video because the editors were running a little bit behind. So while we were waiting for our breakfast food, I approved that video. And I didn't really do much else work. Sorry.
It was actually a slow day. I think I met with one client by phone on Saturday in the afternoon. I went out shooting with the guys from church Saturday morning, and then we went to Swig and Swine afterwards for lunch.
Nice.
So I was out goofing off until like 2:00 in the afternoon.
Swig and Swine's like your favorite place, right?
It is, yeah.
Out of all the restaurants, probably.
It probably, I guess my problem is that Andrea doesn't like barbecue. I don't know how I've been married to a psychopath for 27 years that does not like barbecue. But so it's my go-to with the guys because I never go there with the family.
Okay, fair enough. Bob's on from Horizons at Carnes Crossroads. I think Bob was the first one ever in Horizons Carnes Crossroads.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he's OG.
Yeah, he's the OG. He probably started all the clubs and everything. Loretta is on from the Poconos, joining in tonight. Hey, Loretta. Hope you guys.
Hi, Loretta.
Sands are on from Texas. I'm meeting with Talisha at the office in 2 weeks and hope I get a chance to say hello to you in person. Yeah, we'll definitely see you.
2 weeks, yeah. I'm out of town next week for a little bit, but the week after. It's probably in our calendar, Steve, that you're already probably in there, but we'll double check.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for being on. Heidi and Wes are on from Connecticut. They'll also be here in a few weeks. Horizon Summers Corner is what HSC is. Collins, maybe Waverly. They're wavering. They're wavering on
Waverling.
Waverly link. Yeah.
So, have we heard anything new about Horizon's Summers Corner open date for the amenity center?
I think it's still May. Is my understanding.
I don't know if you saw it in your calendar, but I just put in your calendar today. In about 2 weeks, they're having the grand opening for new Sun City Amenity Center, and I thought you and I would go down and get some video that day.
Heck yeah!
It's going to be pretty awesome down there. Hey, listen, guys, if anybody ever wants to have a conversation, we work down in Sun City quite a bit. Also, we've got contracts down there right now. Our agents go down there. So if you ever want to talk about Sun City Del Webb. It's pretty impressive down there. It's the big dog. It's like 5 of Del Webb Nexton probably, if crazy. Not more. It's
12,000 homes.
12,000 homes, golf courses, woodworking shops, big amenities.
So somehow I was able to sneak in on the Sun City Facebook group for all of Sun City. And don't tell anybody. Shh.
Yeah. And so I'm just like, you should have like done charades or something. You just put it out on the internet. We're gonna get kicked off now.
So I get to see all the stuff, and literally like 25 people in the last month or so have said that one of the main reasons they moved there is for the wood shop for the husband in the family.
I mean, so I guess I didn't listen. I have all 10 fingers, 10 toes. I'm not a woodworker, but I've got some friends that are into woodworking, and they have full 3-car garages set up.
Yeah,
as woodworking shops, and so it's a hobby that you can't just have a little bit of space. So if you were a woodworker, Sun City's the place to be. It's massive.
Yeah, for sure. Joey and Brian on from Long Island, closing on our Del Webb Nexton home in 2 weeks. Woo-hoo. That is awesome. Awesome. Lynn and Dan here from Mass, my home state. I don't know if I can call it my home state anymore, Jeff.
Well, I mean, I call it home state because it's where you were born.
Yeah.
I think as long as, especially since you grew up there. I mean, it's not like you were born there and you moved when you were 4.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Lenny and Jillian on from Long Island. Can't wait for our next visit to the Del Webb Design Center. All right, so you guys are going to have to meet Joy and Brian since they're from Long Island. They're closing in.
I just booked a Zoom call with Lenny for maybe this week, I think.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Lenny, I think, it's because he wanted to talk about the design center process.
Thursday night, you said.
Yeah, Thursday night. Yeah, Lenny, I'll see you on Thursday.
Yeah. Club Turco reporting from Tidewater. Pool project wraps up early next week. Someone is going to have to begin checking in on us as it's going to be lit here soon. Love it. Love it. Have you seen the pictures of the pool recently?
I haven't.
Oh, yeah. It's looking really good. They got the hot tub in there, and then they just poured the concrete like 2 or 3 days ago, I think it was. And that's looking really nice. It's going to be nice. I think he said he was going to have a party for all the Livin Carolina team. Is what he said.
I don't think I'm on Facebook with him.
No? Oh yeah, you gotta go find him.
Yeah, I don't think. Mike, send me an invite.
Yeah. Lance says his tomato plants are growing. So does that mean it's spring?
It's gotta be spring.
Yeah. Heidi says pantry versus 2 closets. Oh, the Waverly versus.
Oh,
she's trying to decide which is better. That pantry in the Collins is amazing, though.
Oh, that's the one. That was the one that was the office before they had the center built.
Yeah,
yeah, it's like a bedroom.
Is Nexton the one that uses all James Hardy siding? So yeah, all of Nexton, all of Carnes Crossroads.
Well, all of Nexton, what I kind of call Nexton proper.
Yeah, Midtown and Brighton Park. And
Midtown, Brighton Park, Del Webb, of course. They are all Hardy Plank neighborhoods. There are a couple other subsections within Nexton, the Beezer neighborhood and the True Homes neighborhood that are vinyl siding, I believe.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. But when you kind of think Nexton, you think Midtown or Brighton Park, and those are Hardy, so is Carnes.
Yeah. Rosa Joan from Horizon Summers Corner Amenity Center is looking fantastic. Yeah, we tried to get early in there, and they have not let us yet. Actually, I think I saw something on your calendar. Call Penny and see if we can get in there.
Yeah, I did make a note.
Yeah.
We know the one district manager, so I'm going to call in a favor.
Hopefully we can get a little video out of it. Lenny says yes on Thursday night. Awesome. Reservation system goes live in a month. Premium bottle service for sure. That's awesome. Yeah, Robert says he loves his pantry in the Collins. Yeah, it's a whole nother world.
Well, I would use mine probably for, listen, you can't fill that thing up with food. It's too big. I think I would consider taking down and putting maybe some floor to ceiling shelving in there in one of the corners for some more storage space. Because it's that big. If you haven't seen that, go back and look at some of our videos in Summers Corner there in that pantry. It's huge.
I'm from upstate New York. I need a good pizza place. Any suggestions? All right. So Tony from New Jersey just did a rating over on Sabatino's because I told him to go there because like I'm a Massachusetts kid. Yeah. We had like barroom pizzas. So like New York, there's like its own world. I get it.
I can judge pierogies.
Yeah. Right. So Anthony said he likes Sabatino's. He also liked where we like King's Pizza in Monk's Corner.
Yep.
And then you like that one over in Sangre too, right?
Yeah, Sangre Pizza right across from our office in Nexton. I actually kind of like Steel City Pizza also, but I don't want to like. Listen, I'm not a New Yorker.
Yes.
I know what I like, but so I go with Anthony's judgment more than even mine. And he's got a Facebook page where he's doing reviews of local eateries here around Summerville. So we'll remember to put that up some week and show you what the page is that he's doing that on.
Yeah. Lance says now millions and millions of people know. I don't think that many people watch. All right, let's hit on the numbers. So mediocre buying activity for this week's prices still really strong, though, as you'll see here in a minute. Little dip in what total amount went under contract. These numbers are all what went under contract because that gives us the most up-to-date pricing of what's happening right now versus what was sold last month. That's a whole month ago. That's old data. 247 single-family homes under contract. A little dip in that, but check out that price increase for the average 559, up 110,000 in median in those.
Yeah, I mean they must have just had a few heavy hitters.
Well, I mean that's a median. It would have to move really big for 200.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, $297 a square foot. 67 condos as high as 2.1 million. Mortgage rates. I don't even want to talk about mortgage rates, but they haven't changed from last week at least. 6.55, so it was flat, and VA actually went down a little bit, so that's good there.
FHA probably close to that VA number also. FHA and VA are usually pretty close.
Yeah. Number of homes on the market still going up. 5,100 homes on the market as of today, which was about 53 more than last week. So we're seeing about 50 more homes for the last 3 weeks come on, which is a little surprising. What was the big numbers here? Goose Creek, Monk's Corner Goose Creek had a higher median than Summerville Ladson. Usually those are pretty much neck and neck because Ladson brings down Summerville a little bit. And that's why they usually are pretty close. James Island went to single digits. Johns Island had a big bump in the median at 855. And then, of course, 39 homes in Mount Pleasant at a median of 1.4 million. So if that doesn't show you the difference between Summerville and Mount Pleasant prices, I don't know what does, right?
We must have sold some ghetto townhomes this week. We've got down to 2.1 million as high number.
Yes, that is very true.
I just saw popped up on screen. Turco sent me a Facebook invitation. I got a little thing on my screen pops up on the computer. Which, if you're on this and you're Facebook people, send me a thing tonight. And because sometimes I go through, I'm like, I don't know if I know that person, but if I'll check my thing after. If you're a Facebook person, we're not already Facebook friends on the live. Send me a thing tonight, and I'll check when I'm done and accept everybody.
Yeah. So our old question that we used to always hit on, I have the answer for you tonight.
All right.
So out of the 247 homes that went under contract, how many of those, type in the comments, how many of those you think were over $1 million out of 247?
So I'd say I'd go low because the 247 is down 27, but then I see this median that went up this week, so I'm thinking I'd go higher. So if those cancel each other out, I'm going to drop in at 32.
32, okay. 32. Anybody have any other answer? All right, here we go. Mike says 48. Robert says 43. John and Justine say 38. I saw them last week. I went by their house because we were over in Summerville.
Oh, yeah.
And they were out in the yard working, so I stopped in and said hello.
Wait a minute, what are they doing in the yard working? They do all the maintenance over there.
They were doing like mulch instead of pine straw. And stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We got a 36. We've got a 37 from Talisha. We've got a 54. We've got a 40. We've got a 51. There's somebody that's close, but I haven't seen the exact number yet.
It's me. I'm close. You can tell me. It's all right. They know.
Rose says 30. I think people are going to be surprised.
Wait. Okay. I meant 50.
60 homes over 1 million. So maybe you're right. Maybe that's why that number is higher, because it's a higher percentage.
Yeah, that's one of the higher numbers we've seen play in this game.
Yeah, for sure. Anybody get it? No. Abby says I won because she was the closest at 54.
That's your birthday present. That's all you're getting.
All right. There was a question back here. Here we go. Do any of the new houses have hardwood or engineered hardwood for the floors that you have seen, or is it just all LVP?
Yeah. We do have builders that when you build from the ground up, one of the options of the upgrades is an engineered hardwood. So like we've had multiple people put engineered hardwoods in Del Webb and Nexton. Whenever these builders are doing spec homes, they're all LVP. We haven't seen any doing engineered hardwoods. They're pretty much all doing LVP. But if you build from the ground up with multiple builders, not just Pulte, Saucy, Ashton, like you can do engineered hardwoods in all of those also.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta turn that one off. Sorry. There we go. I just saw something else. Oh, Lance said, I've heard good things about the pizza place besides Nexton Publix, which is called Woodhaven. And
we're just talking to Bill and Joan about that place, right? Isn't that the one?
Yeah, Bill and Joan like it, but they don't really count as from New York because they came from
that. They were from Atlanta, so that's true. Atlanta. But
yeah,
interesting. They said they had really good chicken wings there.
Yeah. Chicken wings are good, but I think that's more Woodhaven is more like New Jersey pizza, I think is what Tony said.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Pamela Hayes says K-Hov too.
Well, is it because it was when you could do everything at K-Hov from the ground up and pick your everything, but now that they have the packages, Pam, is it is any of the packages have the hardwoods?
I bet at least one of them does.
Maybe.
Yeah. I bet at least one of them. Duncan says thumbs up for the pizza. How does the LVP hold up with two crazy dogs running around?
Extremely well.
Yeah.
Extremely well. I've got a greyhound that gets the zoomies going, and I am very pro LVP with big dogs. I have friends that have Great Danes, and they've had no issues with theirs.
Agreed. I've seen several of our clients have dogs, and it has not been an issue with the LVP for sure.
Yeah.
Engineered hardwood might be different if you have big dogs. Like I have engineered hardwood in my house, and Lily was okay just because she was old and didn't run all over the place. But yeah. I would imagine some of them.
Yeah, if she was a little spry.
Pam says, oh, my bad, we were phase 8. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
I wonder if it's the 22 milliliter LVP.
They have multiple LVPs even when you go to design. Typically, the builders have different levels of LVP, and some of them are as you go. The other difference in some of the floors are some things are floating and some are glued down. So there is different millimeter levels of the LVP in the build centers also.
Yeah. All right. I think I hit on all the questions. So, Jeff, I want to talk a little bit about the Nexton community tonight because I found some information on their website last week that some of it was a little surprising to me. And I bet a lot of people didn't know this. And I'm not sure the exact dates on some of this data, but just seeing the end data of what it's going to be really shocked me, right? So I'm going to throw up one screen that's going to kind of show you, well, it says Nexton now at the top, but I'm not sure exactly when all that data was pulled, and then what it will be at full build out, okay? So for retail restaurants, they're saying now it's about 194,000 square feet. And look how many square feet it's going to be. 2 million, almost 2.1 million.
10 times the amount.
Yeah. Isn't that insane?
Wow.
Medical,
there's got to be a good pizza place in there somewhere.
Yeah, I would think so. Medical says 79,000 square feet. Now 815,000 square feet later. Obviously, a lot of that has to do with the hospital that's going to be built, the MUSC hospital, which you'll be able to golf cart to, depending on the neighborhood you live in and all.
Yep.
Office space now 230,000. In the future, 1.7 million square feet. Hotel rooms, 537 hotel rooms right now. 1,297 hotel rooms in the future. What are your thoughts on that?
I think we need to figure out what to do with the traffic. I'm actually okay with the traffic as it is now. I'm not one of those ones that complains about traffic.
Yeah.
But you put this amount of, 2+ million square feet of retail and restaurant. That's a lot.
Yeah, I hope they phase it so a lot of this is done after the 4 lanes for Nexton Parkway to go all the way through.
Yeah.
Which last I heard that was going to be 2028. So we still got 2 years on that. But I guess we'll see, right?
What I do like about this is the one thing is the office space that's here, because it stinks if you live in Nexton or Summerville in general and you work a 9 to 5 downtown. And so having more office space out here in Summerville, I think would be a good thing.
I agree. All right. These were all of the restaurants that are currently active or being built, coming soon. Or at least they have booked. So I was surprised to see there was 3 rows of them. And then, they still have all this other shopping as well. So, there's a lot in here.
Yeah, Dog and Duck is coming soon. That's right there in Nexton. I'm excited about that because they have typically outdoor spaces. You could take your dog with you. And then Agave Cantina North Creek.
That's up by me.
That's the one that you and I have been to across from Cane Bay, right?
Yes. Yep.
But they just opened the old Soul restaurant on Main Street. That's an Agave's Cantina now, I think.
Oh, is it really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Soul is no more, SOL.
I knew Soul was gone. I didn't know anything went in there.
I think it is. I think it's an Agave Cantina now, which I think I had fresh tableside guacamole there that was good.
Which is, it's not technically Nexton right there, but it's right across the street in the Sangaree Shopping Center there.
Yep.
What else was on here? El Patron is open now.
Yep.
Whoa.
What's up?
I didn't know that one. Barbecue.
FU barbecue. What?
Fuo barbecue.
Oh, okay.
Nan. Everybody knows about Nan.
I'm going to go back to the New York Butcher Shop.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back. I kind of forgot about him. I was in there. I bought some stuff. It was great. And I just kind of forgot about him. And I'm going to go back there.
Yeah. So lots of stuff, lots of restaurants. Okay. So this is sideways, but this is the entire map of Nexton. Right down here is Nexton Square where our office is. And then you can go up either Sigma or Brighton Park to get to Nexton Parkway, which this is Brighton Park. The public shopping center is there. The Harris Teeter is here. This is all Del Webb. This is the new hospital. This is all Midtown. And then this is North Creek and Bradford Point over here. So that kind of gives you an idea. What I really wanted to show you.
Hold on, don't change that slide.
Okay.
So talk about the golf cart bridge path, whatever that we think there's going to be between the 2 Nexton big dogs.
Yeah, so I think there will be something that goes across here in order to get from Midtown over to Brighton Park, because the path along Nexton Parkway is not supposed to be for anything motorized, including scooters and all of that.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to not ride on that.
So if you were a law-abiding citizen, which obviously, clearly, most of our clients are not, but you are not supposed to drive a golf cart from Midtown over to Harris Teeter Public's Pickle Bar, all the places.
Yeah.
This would make it so that you have a legal path to drive an LSV from Midtown to everything that Nexton has.
Right. And then this white space is really Carnes Crossroads, I believe, all the way over to here.
Yep.
And then so Rose Street comes right by our office here. And I have a feeling there's another neighborhood, older neighborhood in here. I have a feeling that Rose Street may go into Carnes, supposedly is what we're hearing. So that there would be some connection by golf cart from Carnes to this, because the roads will be less than 35 miles per hour. You would be able to go by that older neighborhood and then into Nexton Square. Is that what you're hearing too?
Yeah, and I paid attention to it because I thought, well, geez, I'm going to be able to legally drive my golf cart all the way to Nexton to go to dinner or go to the office or whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. Anything else on that map we want to talk about? Let me make sure there's no questions retaining this map. Mike says, what's being developed across the street from where the hospital is going? So I'm going to show you that on the next map, Mike. Guy that owns Woodlands is from New Jersey. Okay. I'll come back to these other questions in a second. All right. So now we're going to get a little bit closer. This is just the Midtown section here. So Cane Bay is up here. This is 176. This white space is going to be more shopping called something Mist. I forget the name of it. But there'll be some office. There'll be some fast food restaurants. All of that in there. We talked about that previously.
Yep.
But this is 176. That goes down here, and then you take a right, and it goes over to Carnes. But notice how many exits are coming out onto 176. So you probably have one here, because this is future development that will go in. So that's one. Midtown Ave is going to come straight through to 176, if this map is correct anyways.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Midtown's going to come right out there. Then we have High Market, which there is a sign on 176 that says where High Market's going to come out pretty much when they were doing that road. I guess they needed to know. So that's going to be there. You've got another one here, and then we already have North Creek Boulevard there. So to answer Mike's question, he said, what's going to be developed across from the hospital? So here's the hospital. And if you look directly across from there, that road's going to continue and go out. And then mixed future use. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming there's going to be some retail and maybe some townhouses or something like that in there. I just don't know. But at least we know there's going to be a road here, again, if this map is correct.
Yeah.
So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 different entrances in addition to the 2 that we already have to go over to 176 where, Cane Bay High School is and all of that. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. The more the better, honestly.
Yeah.
More ways in and out of these neighborhoods. We were just talking about this in a video we did the other day in Cane Bay that's not released yet, about how many exits there are out of Cane Bay now, with more coming.
Yeah. So Mike asked, he said, to the left of the hospital, not below on your map. So I'm guessing he means this area, which is being cleared right now.
Yeah.
And I have not heard what's going in there. My assumption with the hospital being right there, this would be retail stores, maybe a gas station, something like that to support everybody that's going to be going there.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I could be totally wrong.
Yeah. It'd
But
be a go-kart track.
Yeah. I found this online and I was like, oh, this tells us how many entries. I'm sure some people would want to know that. Yeah.
Did you find it on a website called like www.stuffthat'llneverhappen.com or something?
Maybe. I don't know. They're pretty far out in the build now on Midtown. I can almost see through the woods there.
Yeah.
All right. Kyle, I don't see many outpatient psychiatric clinics in the Summerville, Charleston area. Is there more in person versus Google searches?
So I'm aware of a one for children in the Summerville area, I believe. That's the only one I can think of. There is MUSC Hospital has a whole division, a psych division at MUSC Hospital downtown. And I don't know if they have a secondary unit out here in Summerville or not. I don't know much of that answer.
Yeah. So I know obviously there's 2 or 3 inpatient ones, but for outpatient, yeah, it would have to be probably in that big building down the street. I bet you there's one in there. If you look up MUSC specific doctors, it's probably going to be one in there, I would imagine. Plus, they're buying another building over in downtown Nexton as well.
And we don't know what the specialties are going to be at the hospital in Nexton either.
I think that said more cancer stuff and inpatient beds.
Okay.
But I would imagine I'm sure there's little spaces that can be for this type of stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Good question, Kyle. Mike said just can't be the 10 times the number of Mexican restaurants. Very true. Very true.
Yeah, we got our more than our fair share of Mexican restaurants around.
Duncan says I was reading the home insurance increases as the roof ages of 15 to 20 years. Is that true? This is one of your big topics.
Actually, it's so true that it's actually worse than that. Florida kind of screwed us. They had so many roof claims in Florida, and so they have started getting more Florida-ish here in Charleston or in South Carolina in general, where we've been telling our people that home insurance companies do not like roofs over 10 years old, but they hate roofs over 15 years old. So we typically tell our clients, hey, if you're going to buy a house that has a 16-year-old roof, do not be surprised. The rate is going to be higher, first of all. But secondly, you could very well get a notice from your insurance company that says, hey, we're giving you 3 months to put a new roof on or we're going to drop you.
Yep. Our insurance person just talked about that.
Yeah. And that's a good point to talk about, a good segue to talk about our insurance person. So we work with a company called Absolute Insurance. I think Christy's been on here before on a Tuesday night. But they have, well, actually, I can use my mother's house as a prime example.
Yeah.
My mother lives in Del Webb, and she, for some reason, got a $3,400 renewal this year on her house, and that was just one specific company. And so Christy went and quoted, and the end result was it was just over $1,900 for same coverage basically. So having an insurance broker is great because they can quote multiple companies. I've been with my broker, her, for years, but I've switched home insurance companies and auto insurance companies about every 2 to 3 years the whole time that I've lived here. I think I'm currently under AAA auto for everything. But I was with Main Street USA for a while. And I mean, I don't care if it's Billy Bob's insurance company, as long as it's an A-rated carrier that I know can pay the bills if I need it. That's all I care about. So it's important to have a broker. There's a lot of people like, I've been State Farm my whole life. Well, that's fine. But State Farm has to do something to pay for them stadiums. So I like a broker myself that can quote multiple carriers.
Good points. Good points. Do any of the builders do metal roofs? If so, would that change insurance increases?
I don't know about how metal roofs affect insurance because it's just not a thing in the markets that Mark and I most work in. Metal roofs are not permitted in the neighborhoods that we sell the most in. So Carnes, and I have a little caveat to that here in a second.
Yes.
But in Carnes, Cane Bay, Nexton, Del Webb, Four Seasons, Horizons, all of these, it's asphalt shingle roofs, architectural shingles preferred over 3-tab. The caveat I mentioned was there's a lot of homes that will use a piece of the roof will be metal as a decorative thing almost. So I've got a piece of my roof that is metal. There are multiple Lennar homes right now in Carnes that have, the front porch is a metal roof. Now, once you get outside of these HOAs, we do see a lot of metal roofs in this market. I would prefer a metal roof. If I could have one, whenever I do need a new roof, I would put a metal roof on, because yes, it's extremely expensive, but I just know it's going to last forever.
So I would imagine once the builders are done and the neighborhood takes over the HOA, if everybody agreed, you could change the bylaws to include metal roofs. I've seen stuff like that happen for sure.
You're not going to see builders doing it, because even though there's a value to the buyer of the metal roof, if Horton is competing against Pulte, and one's doing a metal roof and one isn't, people are going to be short-sighted and really not. So, well, it's the same house, but it's X $1,000 more. So the builders just go with the shingles. Now, whenever you go to put a new roof on your house, architectural shingles are the way to go. If you look at the math, they're just a lot more resistant, and they will last longer. Although it doesn't matter sometimes with the insurance companies, but they're not that much more expensive. I wish that home builders would put architecture on all of them. Mark, we were driving through your neighborhood yesterday, and there was a section that you thought was 10 to 12 years old in your neighborhood, I think.
Yeah.
And we saw 3 houses in a row that were missing or had replaced 5 to 15 shingles on each of the houses.
Looked awful.
It looks terrible, and it's more potential for leaks. So 3-tab shingles is not as good as architectural for sure.
Yeah. Talisha says there's an aftercare, not an outpatient, MUSC Children's Specialty near Mall Drive in North Charleston. Yeah, that's the Sumney Medical Center. We've taken Abby and Riley there several times for different things, and they might have some outpatient psychiatry too. I'm just not positive about that. Jackie's on. Greetings from Goose Creek Baseball. Mr. Man is doing baseball. All right, a broker will shop the market for the best policy for you. They're not bound to one particular company. State Farm only sells State Farm. Exactly what you were just saying.
Yep. Tracy dropping wisdom.
All right, when buying new construction home, how can you prevent mortgage payment increasing by a large amount after the first year? I've read it happens because the assessment is based on land the first year.
Yeah, that's true. But our attorneys are going to decide what your escrow. They're going to help with figuring out what the escrow amount should be for the taxes based on what it's going to be. If you are getting that, so what happens is in a new construction neighborhood, the current tax load is on the undeveloped land, so it's very inexpensive, and a lot of times, depending on the time of year, people sneak through. I don't mean sneak through, but they're lucky because they catch a piece of that first year at the lower rate. But it's getting it figured out at the very beginning when you purchase the house. And all 3 of the counties here have websites. Like you can easily go to Berkeley County and say, I live in Nexton. My house is this many square feet and it costs X. And it'll give you a really good estimate of what you should be putting into escrow, so that you don't have that sticker shock. Because if you base it on what the past land has been, you're probably going to be $100 plus a month light that it's going to be going up the second year. Exactly what Dex is talking about.
So if the attorney does the right thing and asks you to put this amount in the escrow to prepare you for the next year, sometimes what happens is the mortgage company will be like, oh, we have way too much in escrow. We're going to send this back to you because they haven't seen the new tax bill yet. And now you think you have all this money.
Yeah.
But really what you want to do is just drop that into your savings account for 1 minute. And then when the new mortgage comes back out and says, oh, you're going to be short escrow, take that money and just dump it back in. And now you don't have your mortgage payment go up.
I feel like our mortgage people and our attorneys that we work with, at least, are good at deciding what amount needs to be put in so this doesn't happen.
Yep.
And then we don't see a whole lot of increases. We have not seen massive tax increases here. We haven't seen massive HOA increases here. So once we get that monthly escrow amount set up, it's held pretty tight.
All right. If you guys know, how are schools, therapy services in the area for special needs children? It took me a whole 10 seconds to figure out what SN meant. That's pretty sad.
So I guess I only know what I've had friends tell me, and that. So I think is it called an IEP plan or something like that, Mark? We should get Sharon on here to talk about it.
Sharon will tell you. Yeah.
Yeah. That there has been, and my wife, I know, used to substitute teach in Dorchester County in a special needs classroom where there was a student that needed a caretaker throughout the day, and she was paid to be there specifically for one child. So I know that they do place IEPs or whatever they are in place, and I know that my wife worked in that space for a minute.
Yeah, I know in Sharon's school they have a classroom. I'm not sure how many are in there, but there's a lot of special needs kids that are in that particular.
Well, Lou was working. My buddy Lou was working. He's a Berkeley guy, I think, and he was a special needs teacher. So his whole classroom was, and he had extra help in the classroom also. So I think that they're well placed just on the things I've heard from the outside.
Yep. Yes, IEP for the kids, individual education plan. Yep.
Individual education plan. Okay.
All right, that hits on all the questions so far. Keep the questions coming. We love them. Got a few minutes left. Speaking of Nexton, since we were on Nexton, Nexton Nights is starting back first Friday of every month, I believe is what it is. So it starts this Friday, April 3rd.
That's the one right outside our office, right?
Yeah, Nexton Square in that little turf area in between all the restaurants and everything. So Vinyl Days is up this month.
Are they handing out mushrooms with that one or something? I don't know.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a fun time. Like you go out there and hang out and listen to some music.
Hey, I've heard 40 Mile Detour. I like that.
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Yeah, there it is. Happening the first Friday of every month, April, May, and June. Think live music, great food, family-friendly fun, and your favorite spots right here at Nexton Square. Warmer weather and spring nights are here.
That'll be fun.
Got another question here. Do you have universities fairly close to Nexton? I work IT at a university in New York and wonder what my options are. Yeah, so Charleston Southern University is a couple exits down the highway.
Yep.
What else we got, Jeff?
Well, I mean, are we talking about Trident Tech also? Because that's huge.
Yeah, Trident Tech has got a Moncks Corner campus and a North Charleston campus and Dorchester Road, North Charleston. There's several different campuses.
And then down in Charleston, obviously Citadel and College of Charleston. And so, yeah, I mean, there's in Summerville, I would say the three closest would be the two different Tridents and then Charleston Southern, right?
And then ECPDI or something like that is over there on across from the fire station in North Charleston there.
Okay.
Close to the mall. That's another one. Yeah, I think those are the closest one. Good question.
I feel like we've been asked some questions tonight that we almost had to make up answers. I didn't love our answers, but we kind of got that. Fish fry. That's what I miss from Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, yeah.
Oh man.
Talisha sent this over to the team. She is going to be there. So go see Talisha. She's going to be hanging out, has a table there. I forget exactly why. Talisha, if you're still on, chime in and let us know why. But it's in Holly Hill. It's about 20 or 30 minutes from like Cane Bay and Summerville. You go right up Highway 176, and it's April 3rd from 5 to 8. Good Friday fish fry.
In Summerville, every 12 feet, there's a car wash and there's a Mexican restaurant. In Pittsburgh, every 12 feet, there's a Catholic church. Man, them 90-year-old Catholic women know how to cook a fish fry. Oh, but that was a big deal in Pittsburgh, man. Every
Only
Friday
the
night
90-year-old
was big.
Only the 90-year-olds know how?
Well, honestly, the 90-year-olds were the ones that made, the baklava, but mostly the pierogies.
Mm.
The pierogies were really good.
So she said she'll be doing crafts for kids there at the fish fry.
Surprised Robin's not going to be out there with her. That sounds right up Robin's alley too.
Hickory Bluff Farms will be there. Okay, awesome. So, yeah, I thought that was good to throw out there as well. We've got another egg hunt coming up in your neighborhood, Jeff, at Carolyn Lewis School.
Oh, nice.
Saturday, April 4th from 10 to 12. Goose Creek Heating, Air, and Plumbing is sponsoring that. You can see the different age groups, photos with the Easter Bunny face painting, balloon animals, bumble.
I'm against these age groups. I'm against it.
Why?
But them 2-year-olds need to fight the 8-year-olds for the eggs. Don't let. Well, this is the sissification of these children. We need to put them all in there and cage fight it out, and the winner comes out with the most eggs.
It's not fair, though, if you have a...
I don't care about fair. Man up.
Westbury Farms is having a strawberry festival. You sent this one over to me, Jeff. April 10th and 11th from 1 to 5, but it's on North Gum Street in Somerville. Vendors are listed here. Tractors, train rides...
Westbury Farms is a cool place. You're like in the middle of Somerville, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, whoa, where did this farm come from?
Oh, is that the one right off Berlin G?
Yeah, right back behind our church.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never been there.
Sweet Southern chili. That sounds lovely.
Sweet Southern chili.
Hold up, go back.
All right.
I saw something. South Carolina Farm Bureau Ag Stimulator? Oh, I'm going to know what that is.
Are you going to go just for that?
I think I might have to. We might. If I go, I'm getting video. I don't know what it is, but I'll get on video. I don't care. South Carolina Farm Bureau Ag Stimulator. Sign me up, buddy.
Brian is from Buffalo, and all I hear about from him is going to Friday night fish fries.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. You go to the Catholic churches or the fire hall?
Who is a better cook out of the two of you? Oh, it's him. Absolutely.
No, I don't think it is. I only know how to do a few things well.
Yeah.
I feel like if somebody were to say, here, make a bechamel sauce, you would know quicker how to do it than I would.
Yeah, that's true. I make a good Alfredo sauce, tomato sauce, that type of stuff for sure. I can make I'm not good with desserts. I can't make any desserts.
Nah, I got no pain. Desserts are too Although I do make a great bananas flambe.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I made a bananas flambe one time and got somebody pregnant.
We're stopping right there.
Okay, listen. You know what? Listen, I'm not even going to ask me the story in person when you come visit us sometime. But there's no scenario where I tell this story and Mark doesn't mute or not. And honestly, as he should. He's doing the right thing, threatening to mute me, but it is a good story.
All right, we got a new listing that came out last week, 219 Celestial Boulevard. Look at that water view going out the back.
Behind. It's a long lake view with woods behind it.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous. The people, this is their second home. They live in Michigan, I think. 2291 square feet, 4-bedroom, 3 baths, 3-car garage, Jeff.
That's not normal. We don't see a ton of that.
And it's a full ranch, 3 bedrooms, like I said. It's their second home, so therefore it's hardly lived in. Like they went there 25 days a year or something like that, just because one of their kids lives down there, and they wanted to go back and forth. So for under $500,000 and everything to be almost new, even though it's a 2021 build, it's a gorgeous home.
That is pretty. Great backyard.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're looking for something like this, I feel like this could be active adult, or somebody with kids could live here. It's in the back of Cane Bay Plantation. You wouldn't have your lawn cut or anything like that, but otherwise, it's a perfect ranch for sure.
Another we don't have time to show. We're about out of time here. We're over, but go back and check our channel. We've got a 4 Seasons listing that is a big dogs, 2 stories on the lake. It's gorgeous. If you're looking for a big house at 4 Seasons, you got to pay attention to this one because it is really it's just perfect.
Yeah, for sure. Well, don't as we said earlier, don't forget to vote for us for Best of South Carolina nominee. We just need your vote. You can vote once a day, and our little picture will come up there, and then there's a little link that says vote for us. You can do it once a day now through May 31st. We would highly appreciate that. If you want to know more about anything in South Carolina, you want to just have a chat one-on-one, we love to do Zoom calls. So right at the end of this here, we'll pop up a quick little video, and there'll be a different QR code on there. And you can scan and drop right into our calendars and book a Zoom call with us. Any final words, Mr. Gregg?
Just if you see me in person, ask me about the bananas flambe.
All right. Until next week, Jeff, you might not be here next week, right?
I might not be. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going kicking and screaming down to visit the darn mouse again. I have no say in my family whatsoever. And so we're going to Disney next week. And so I'm going to be just getting there on Tuesday. If I can sign in from the hotel on Tuesday night, I will. If not, Mark will have somebody else on with him.
Yeah, we'll have somebody from the team or somebody else on.
Yep.
All right. Till next week, everybody. Have a great week.